Get the teachers used to discipline them, take rulers, and they used to take that paintbrush and hit you on your knuckles with it in a different classroom. Then the president will have you on his lap. He spanks you. Then when you got home, you got another ass whooping. On top of that, especially if you come home with a 7:30 note or a bad report card and you try to hide it up under the bed and you try to hide it up under the, put it somewhere where nobody can see it. And then she finds out about it. She's standing up there in your doorway and she's like, she got that depressed look. And you just looking at her. Then you see she got that stitching cord in her hand. She's not saying anything. She just looking at you. She just like, so she'll be like, here's what I want you to do. You're going to give your heart to God and your ass to me. I want you to lay straight on this bed. If you move from this spot, then I'm going to tie you down. If you try to resist of getting your ass whipped, I'm going to tie your hands down. Man, it was terrible back then. It was terrible back then. But what did it even accomplish? What all those whippings you get, what did it even accomplish in the first place? The parents will beat you like you stole something, and then they turn around and they throw you out on the streets so you can figure things out for yourself. You can't even, my mother, I can't even talk to her about nothing. She talking about she got an operation that she got to do. Then she trying to make it look like I'm running her through the ground and I'm trying to stretch. I don't even talk to her that much, let alone ask her for help that much. I don't know if that's supposed to be a good or a bad thing because families are supposed to support each other, but apparently mines don't do that. That doesn't exist in their way of doing things, unfortunately. I don't get it. Every other race, families stick together, but it just comes with certain race of people. They just don't do that. They just do whatever they want to do. Kat, I don't know what name that is, but hey, how you doing? Oh, well, they can't hear you, but hold on for a second. Let me see if I can fix that. Uh, I don't know if you can. I don't think you'll hear yourself. Hold on. I'm just gonna try something to just help me to get. Okay. All right, that's it's just ridiculous. I'm telling them whippings was. I mean, I get it. You're supposed to spare the rod and spoil the child, but them whippings we get back in the day, man, I'm telling you, them whippings were deadly back in those days. We used to walk on eggshells, so we won't even get a butt whooping. I see Jalen Reeves. That's why these kids today are out of control today. The law done took discipline out of the home. Yeah, they took discipline. You can't even say, I pledge your allegiance to America of the United States of America until something, I don't know. One nation under God. No. And it even gets worse. In America, Americans can't even there's a law that's been passed that they're not allowed to work on their own cars anymore. They have to take it to the dealership. And homeless people or people sleeping in their cars, they're not allowed to do that anymore. Because if they're caught sleeping in their cars or sleeping in tents and other private residents, they will get arrested for that. Hmm. There's people on TikTok complaining about it. I done seen one TikTok video. One person got her RV trail, her RV uh got towed away. All her stuff sitting on the ground. She didn't even have enough time to get her stuff in the thing. That's crazy. But they're just gradually taking away rights. They're trying to change. It's like they're trying to change the Constitution and everything else. Then they bombing Iran. I don't know what Donald Trump is doing. Hello there, Susie View. Susie. Hello there, Susie. I don't know what's going on. Once I get money stacked up, I'm leaving. I can't stay here anymore because, you know, I've been, I don't really have, I might as well just say at this point, don't even have a family. And at some point, whoever liked the channel, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Hello there, Rosalucia. Welcome to the live stream. I know it's a little dark in here. I got two live streams running. So the one with the red emoji dot, that's the one I'm on the computer. So if you guys want to jump on to that, you can. That's why I got two streams open. I just like to sit in the dark and reflect and talk about because I'm all I'm doing is ranting. That's what I do. Rant, talk about relatable stuff. You know, we all got spankings, once in our lives. Our mothers sneaked in, came in on us. We put stacks of pillows on our laps, playing with the Game Boy Advance. We had to turn the volume down so they won't know that we playing it. But yeah, this place is a nut. It's a nut house, man. It is definitely a nut house. I'm gonna try. I am going to try. Yeah, most definitely. But I'm not sure if they're gonna relate to my channel though. I don't think they're gonna want to. And then I could tell them they can look me up, but the thing is, I don't want a bunch of people that are not interested in the type of content that I make. I don't want them. Ooh, hold on for a second. Give me 1 second. Just kidding. Okay. So, all right. Say something. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Yeah, I can't. I was trying to fix it to where I just get your sound. But let me see. This is crazy. All right, let me see. All right, say something now. Yeah, that ain't working. Oh, it ain't working. You know it ain't working. It ain't working. It probably ain't working. I don't really get it. It ain't working. You can't hear nothing. Because usually if I'm playing, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe this will be it. Mm, 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 mm. I think this will be it. Let's see. Uh, okay. Say something now. Shh. Work. This thing. It ain't work. Yeah, I was trying to get my friend. At least you guys can hear him and me talk at the same time. But that's what I'm experimenting on. That's what I'm experimenting on right now. But unfortunately, that ain't working. It's not working out. So I'm talking to my friend right now. He's in Japan, and him and I've been. How long have we been friends for? I think about 20, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. And I got him, and I got some other friends in other countries too. I got a friend in the Netherlands and the Philippines. I got two friends in the UK that wants me to come see them as well. And both of them are social media influencers as well. And I don't know. I think I might go to the UK after Japan. Not sure. It's just so expensive up there though. That's why these kids, yeah, Jalen. I mean, and the reason why these kids are out of control because most of them are hanging around the wrong influential people, especially the kids. They get bullied at school. They, have to jump over fences and go cut through the bushes, and they gotta duck and dodge and ah, just to keep from getting beat up after school because they get told, "I'm gonna beat you up after school." Then you scared to get out of the classroom because they're gonna drag you down and try to beat you up. Now you're gonna fight. I've been in fights before. I mean, it's not ideal, but you know, but I'm not just gonna stand there and let somebody just beat the crap out of me. I had to defend myself at some point. I don't like fighting, but that's not my preference. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, if you don't have to put your kids through it, don't put them through it. I had one person that disagreed with me saying that I disagree. I don't think that people should get homeschooled. The kids should go to school and meet other kids. And I understand that, but you got to also understand that if you homeschool your kids, you're in control of what your kids do, what they're engaging in, what type of people they're hanging out with. You're in control of what they do. And people learn, and kids learn more homeschool than going to public schools because people are going to private schools, they're going to public schools. They're not learning anything in these schools. They're just dealing with getting bullied, cutting class after hours, smoking pot and weed, having sex, sneaking around, going to the bathroom, hanging out in the bathroom long periods of time. They're not learning anything. They're not learning anything. That's why a lot of people have to go get a GED. And I'm not shaming on people. Hey, Danielle, what's going on, man? A lot of people have to go get a GED, you know, or no, dang, what's the name of that guy? Bill Gates passed this law, No Child Left Behind. I used to be on. These schools don't care if you get your education or not. They give you a certificate instead of a high school diploma just so that they can pass you on and get you out of the way. Oh yeah. And they still doing it today. They got special education classes. I used to be in those for people who couldn't keep up in other classes. And then you have to take the SAT, ACT just to pass, just to get a high school diploma. Now, I don't know if that's the case with all high schools, but at the high school I went to in the state of Alabama and Homewood, Alabama, that's what I had to go through at the time. So I went to Job Corps and got my high school diploma there. I was in the Bowling Green, Kentucky, at Gray Onyx Job Corps. I was there for 2 years. And when I passed there, I have an office administration certificate from where I was doing office administration work, which is why I don't understand why these jobs are so hard to get. Because I don't went to Job Corps. I done got the education, put into work. I worked hard. People like, well, you should just get on your knees and pray and read Psalms 91. I don't need to read no Bible. I don't need to get on my knees and pray. What I need to do is take action. Prayer don't mean squat if you ain't taking action in nothing. Faith without works is dead. If you saying basically, hey, I'm gonna go to boards and I'm gonna ace my nursing test, right? That's faith. But what about the works behind it? Which means the effort. If you're not putting any effort into it and you think praying or read the Bible is going to help you pass, it's not going to help you pass. What's going to help you pass is you got to study. You have to grind. You have to keep, get some flashcards or whatever. You have to prepare for it. Reading the Bible and pray is not going to help you pass the test. That's no different than somebody telling you, if you see an 18-wheeler coming down the road, get on your knees and pray and say, peace be still. Do you think that that truck that is going at horsepower speed is going to stop? You see how these wishful thinking church people act? And you think they're going to stop? They're not going to stop. Just no different than if somebody pulled the trigger and a bullet is heading towards you, that bullet is not going to stop just because you said, peace be still. You know what I'm saying? Just because you say that and you try to jump off the boat thinking you can walk on water, you can't walk on no damn water. You ain't Jesus Christ. If that were the case, I might as well be like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I might as well just say flying nimbus and then get on and start flying all in the sky. Then if that's the case, these people, I'm telling you. And then they come into the chat room, Matt. They come into the chat room. Do you know that Jesus loves you? I think everybody knows that. What everybody don't know is why are these churches not helping people that actually need help? you know, if somebody don't have a place to stay or they trying but they struggling. But see, if a man is going through that, they don't get no assistance. I done researched a lot of government assistance and other assistance, shelter related, in the state of Alabama. Most of them is geared towards people who are druggies, people who are drug addicts, and it's mostly geared towards the females to get them off of that so they can stay clean. At least that's what I was told over the phone throughout the research anyway. They don't have nothing. There's no assistance, nothing for the men. There are men out there that get a divorce for being with their wife for 30 years just because he got his leg amputated. Just because he got his leg amputated. It's messed up. I don't know. I mean, something has to really happen. And then, you got people that have mindsets like, I woke up today. I said, you know what? Why am I even still here living on Earth? Why can I just die of a second seizure long time ago? Why am I even on YouTube talking about my problems and issues? Nobody gives a damn about my issues. I'm just like, I'm just over here just rambling and just talking to myself, just like, I mean, what difference is that gonna make? Like, how am I even knowing if people are actually listening to all of this? Like, can people even relate to this stuff? you know, it's crazy. If I even start talking about how landlords are kicking people out, if I say even though I'm paying rent, or if I'm paying half, okay, they're like, well, that's not considered paying rent because you're paying half. And they don't even know the whole story. They just sit up there and then talk about, well, she got every right to do it if she wants to. Like they always defend it. But then you tell them over and over, there was no agreement, there was no signed agreement. Everything is done illegal. Everything is done off the books and not the way it's supposed to be done. It's like people like, well, she can still kick you out if she wants to. It's not exactly legal, but she can still do it. Like it's a badge of honor for a landlord to throw people out on the streets. That's the only thing they can hit you with. You know, that's the only thing they can. Now I'm not saying all landlords like that. This is just the very first landlord that I have, and she's terrible. She is terrible. Just like she made a statement today. She says, so on the third at she can't even spell at right. She got ST. What is that? She can't even type in complete sentences. That's sad. My grandmother is 80 years old and she can type in complete sentences. She can talk in complete sentences. She can't. And she's around 50. She's a 50-year-old lady and she can't even type in complete sentences. My grandmother can work rings around her and she was 80 years old before she died. Got all her common senses. I shouldn't have to read this and then gotta translate and modify it to figure out what you're trying to say in the text message. So it reads, navigate to the couch, bring your dresser, and I'm not bringing that dresser. That dresser gonna stay right up in this room. What am I gonna bring a dresser for? I'm not bringing no furniture out of this room. It's gonna stay right where it's at. I'm just bringing my stuff out of it, and that's all there is to it. Because I'm not gonna be staying here. That's just the way it's gonna work. The first he on okay, so she's saying the first he will move in. Instead of saying on July the 1st, he's gonna move in. Then she was like, thanks for sharing the room. He wants it and is a nice young man. Like I'm some mean grizzly bear or something. Please downsize your stuff and blah blah blah. Oh, I downsized it all right. but not for her benefit. I did that for my benefit. Okay, keep what's absolutely necessary. Too much stuff. She's saying I got too much stuff in my room. I don't have too much stuff in my room. I have the same stuff in my room when she first went into my room. And she's looking at because she's trying to what she's doing is she's scanning and she's looking at because I got a pillow back here, I got extra pillows and I got a quilt on top of quilts back here. And she was like, "Oh, you got too much stuff." I don't have too much stuff. I don't have too much stuff. Never did. Then it reads, I'm telling everyone this. Okay, yeah, you're telling everyone that, but are you telling everybody else to get out of their rooms? Are you telling Leona, that other chick that you've been complaining about that went 3, 4 plus months and ain't paid no rent, period, while everybody else in this house paying rent? Did you tell her that? They are getting rid of stuff and left and right. So am I. Well, I'm doing it, but I'm doing it because I'm not going to be here long. So on the 31st, navigate to the couch, bring the dresser. I'm not doing all of that. The first, he will move in. When we show the house, we will put your stuff under the stairs and no one will be able to tell you where you are there. So probably once a week, we'll have a showing. Instead of her calling it a showing, she's gonna do an advertisement of her house where she takes pictures and have people coming in and doing all this stuff. I'm gonna tell you something. This house is not gonna sell. This piece of crap garbage house that's sitting below ground level, where if you open your window and all you see is grass and the windows are boarded up, this house ain't gonna sell. She got rats and stuff crawling in this house through cracks and stuff. This house ain't gonna sell. It ain't. She's saying the first who will move in, when we show the house, we will out your stuff under the stairs. We will put your stuff under the stairs, not out your stuff under the stairs. She can't even type in complete sentences. She could have just ran this stuff in Chat GPT and then copy and paste. No one would be able to tell that you're there. So probably once a week we'll have a showing. You're already paid for the couch, so we call it good. But then in the other text, you said that I owe you $50. Where did that $50 come from? Then and she still ain't told me how much am I paying for the couch per month. And I'm not gonna ask her. I'm just packing my shit and I'm leaving. I'm just using this month to stack up some bread and I'm out. And if I get some support from my subscribers, rather if it's more subscribers, more likes, or they hit the cash app or buy my merch, that income also helps a whole lot more than you think, even if it's $2. That helps a whole lot. I'm not begging for money, but I'm treating my channel as a business. And for those that want to show their further support, hit the cash app or buy some of my merch. Or if you want to do GoFundMe where I'm trying to build my future, you can do that. Or hit the like button or subscribe. I'm not gonna tell nobody to do it because if this is the kind of content that they like, they're gonna like and subscribe. I don't have to tell them to like and subscribe. I just keep it 100 with everybody because I think it's about time that most YouTube channels stop trying to double dutch and just tell it like it is. Because right now we living in some crazy times right now where they got time to be doing all that. We really don't. It is getting real. Things are getting tough out here. People are struggling, losing their jobs, homeless, can't even sleep nowhere because they're gonna go to jail for sleeping and in their cars in a public place. It's crazy. You can't even go to a gas station truck stop and go to sleep. Not that it'll stop people from doing it, but I'm just saying, it's not gonna stop them from doing it. But everything's been passed away. So then, let's see. You've already okay. So the month of July is paid for the couch. So that means that's what she said. Now, this is her word. It's not mine. But guess what? I'm using that month of July to stack my bread. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting up out of here because I'm gonna have enough bread. Because the countries I'm going to, I'm gonna live like a king. And if I get some support from my subscribers, rather if it's they subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, put $2 in GoFundMe or Cash App, or better yet, if they buy some of my merch, that'll be great. Because I am running a business and I'm treating it as such. But I also enjoy it because I enjoy interacting with audiences and I like to read comments. I like to read what people put on the screen, you know? And she just said thanks. I'm just like, okay. Every time when she texts, it just gets this, I get this feeling like, you know, what does she want from me? And see, Jalen, this is why it's important. And here's my thing. I think that kids shouldn't go to public schools. They shouldn't even go to private schools. I think that parents should homeschool their kids so that way they have control over what type of what they're engaging in, what they're doing, who they hanging out with, and because then I think that the kids and the next generation will become out to be better people. Because when you train a child in a way that he or she should go, when he or she is older, it'll be with them. But this day and age, people are not doing those things anymore. And that's why these kids are running wild. You got school teachers that are quitting their jobs because they tired of dealing with somebody else's bad kids. Either they throwing a chalkboard eraser, a group home unit. No, I never thought about that. Although I am looking into other options. Group home unit. And welcome to the stream, Bo. But you know, when I came up, I learned I was rebellious back in my time too. But as I got older, I started to understand what my elders was telling me and what my grandmother was telling me because I learned a lot of stuff from my grandmother than I did from my mom and my mom's grand mother, and they both died a long time ago. They were the sweetest people you ever met. And to this day, I do miss my grandmother. She was the only person that at least gave me normal support. She was the only person that actually had my back when nobody else had my back. She had much money, but she helped me out the best way that she could with what she had. My mother and my uncle, on the other hand, every time I talk to them, it's always got to be, oh, well, you're not dragging me down. Oh, your son is nowhere longer welcome in my house anymore. Oh, well, I'm getting old and I done did what I can and without expecting anything back. And y'all ain't gonna sit up here and drag me down. I'm getting old and I need to live my life. As if like, who is dragging you down? Who is trying to run you to your grave? I'm not trying to do that. What is all of that coming from? I barely even talked to my mother. She already talking about somebody trying to drag her to their grave. You can't even talk, like I can't talk to them about nothing. Especially my mother. I can't talk to her about nothing. If you move to the left, she gets sensitive. If you move to the right, she gets sensitive. And then she'll turn around, and I'm pretty sure your mother did this too, where she stuff that you say, she'll try to be selective of what you say, then she'll try to throw it back. She'll be like, but you said that I'm just only just talking nonsense because I'm an old head, right? I thought I didn't know any better, Matthew. Remember? You said that you didn't know what I was talking about. When I told you to brush your teeth, wash your face, when I told you, come on, let's go, so we can get that, so we can get yourself checked out at the doctors. You said that you were fine. Now look at you. You see what they do? I'm telling you. They'll try to take what you said and throw it back at you, making you feel like a worthless piece of garbage. Well, theoretically speaking, a worthless piece of shit for whatever reason. And they always want, and that's the thing what women like to do too. They like to guilt trip. They like to add tension. And out of all the stuff that they could do, oh, that was a joke. Oh, oh no. Hmm. What kind of spell is that? I think that storm spell, right? Oh, I see. Ooh. Ooh. Let me see. I got to see this. Goodness gracious. What the? Wait a minute. So you fighting spell cards now? Your own spell cards? This crazy. Because you had to deal with that at Silipolis. Now you got to deal with that. Dang. That's in the new Darkmoor world, right? Dang. Wait, what characters are you throwing through that? Which characters are you playing through that? Oh, you. Oh man. What the hell? What kind of charm is that? The diamond shape. Is that like the boss doing that? This is crazy. And I guarantee you, if I were to play and I ask what the cheats are, nobody can tell me what the cheats are for these games. Nobody can tell me nothing. That is crazy. That's a lot of HP. How come they can't just stretch? How come they can't just expand the board out? Like instead of making it looking so woodcut, like stretch this shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how like in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green and those versions, how they got they got the health, the name of the Pokemon, they got the HP, and then they got down below your HP number, and they made it look so shape like, right? How come they can't Wizard can't do that? Like shape it out. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get Wizard 101. I honestly don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I don't get Wizard 101. I don't get it. Wizard 101. What is going on? Oh, lucky you. At least you getting something. I don't get nothing. Yeah, I know. Memberships are expensive. Memberships are expensive. And then you got to deal with, oh, oh man, it's just a lot you got to deal with. Hold on for a second. Say hello. Okay, so it's working. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I would ask the chat, but I don't know. They might be busy doing something, so I don't know if they can hear your voice or not. Because, I don't want them thinking I'm going crazy on this live stream, but. And see, the fact that she's putting me on the couch, that's gonna make it easier. Cause all I gotta do is grab my bags and I'm gone at this point. I told her that I was going to a graduation ceremony. It's kind of one of those things where you don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Ooh, hold on. It's kind of one of those. I told her I was going to a graduation ceremony, but it's kind of one of those things where you don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. If you get what I'm saying, I'm gonna leave it at that. So usually, if I get on at like, if I go live at like 10 o'clock, maybe around like 10 o'clock, or kind of like at 9 or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock or something like that. That's when I usually get a lot of subscribers. But I think it's probably because when I go to the mall and I'm dressed up, you know, that's probably when I get more attraction. I think I probably need to start doing that more often if I'm gonna get more attraction at this point. Because I'll get like one or two subs and then uh yeah, man, it is insane. Oh, I'm so tired. I didn't feel like going live today, but I had to just to put something in the algorithm. I'm just so tired, man. But yeah, this chick that I was talking to, she just made it seem like I'm like, you know what? Just don't even talk to me no more. If you think that I'm that kind of person, and she don't even know me. It's like, she just text and that's pretty much it. And I just say, ain't got time for people making assumptions. If you're gonna make assumptions about me, then don't waste your time. Don't waste your time talking to me if you're going to, you know, just assume. But that's what these women do. They always making assumptions. They don't call you, they don't do anything, and all we want to do is talk about investments and how they can save up. If they back up 6 times and they can save up from 1,000 to $3,000. I'm like, they act like investing is a get rich quick scheme, and it's not a get rich quick scheme. I told her that I got a friend that does that, and she was like, is he in the same situation as you? And I'm like, well, I can't say that he is, but at the same time, I told him like it's good to have a plan B because when you're investing and you're trading, it's not always guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. That's what I was trying to tell her, but I don't know. Some people just find other people's way of thinking. They just overthink it, and then they think like, you know, okay, but it just doesn't really make any sense overall. But I don't know. Nothing she says makes any sense. I'm starting to understand how, and I did a video about this on YouTube, that you yourself is your only best friend. And yourself is your only safe zone because you can't talk to anybody. Everybody just, they don't have the attention span. And it's just like they, I don't know, a lot of people say they want authentic content and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what these people want, to be honest with you, you know. And then, and it's like you can't talk to people at work. People at your job look like somebody just died in their family. And they just look like they just have these zombified, depressed faces, like they've just been doomed to no end. And it's just, you try to say hello to them, they act like they can't say hello to you. They got a smile and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, ugh, is this the kind of America that we come to? You have to do all of that stuff. And then the only time they give you some attention is if they know you from high school, or if you go to the same college as they do, or if you've been, you know, if y'all just started being friends or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. But yeah, she's not doing anything illegal at all. Because just like in the text message, she was like, "Oh, that paid for the couch." Then the next day, she crawls into the office if they don't spread it. And I just, I don't know how people like that can sleep at night, trying to scare and manipulate people and think that something good is gonna come out of it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, she can keep trying to sell this house, but it's not gonna sell. Mm, I'm telling you, the Darkmoor world is something else. It is something else. Something that you done showed me. I can't do it. I don't have the capacity to deal with all of that. And pretty much everybody now done already went through Darkmoor. It's just bad when you can't find no help. Cause I mean, how you gonna how you gonna? I mean, what do they expect you to do? Get through all of that by yourself? Mm. And I did call contacted another landlord in another state, which is Minnesota. So if I get that room, then more than likely I'll probably go back to the States and continue to work, stack some more money up and go from there. But if not, I'll figure something else out. I'll probably go live tonight on TikTok has an app now that you can download for Mac OS and Windows. I'll probably play some Nintendo games, or I might just go ahead and stream because I got to do some more walkthroughs on my gaming channel. I already uploaded some scary story videos on my scary story channel, but it's getting some subs because I went from 46 to 48 subs. I wasn't expecting to get that many subs, but maybe somebody likes my content after all. Yeah, he gonna tell me YouTube is easy. I have to correct you on that. I'm like, okay, well, if you think YouTube is easy, hey, more power to you. But doing this is not easy. And I'm only doing authentic content. It ain't like I'm doing AI stuff. It ain't easy. I might talk about something different. But I think mostly I'm probably gonna do YouTube shorts and vertical live streams because I don't know. I could do long form, but it's like I'm not really getting as much views and attention as I would get if I'm doing YouTube shorts. And see, I'm not really editing anything. Now, some of them I did, but for the most part, I'm not really editing YouTube shorts. I'm just talking. I'm just ranting, talking about stuff, and then going from there. That's basically all I'm doing at this point. Majority of my shorts, I don't really edit. I just say what I need to say and then leave it at that. You only get like 3 minutes. And then you can change it to 15 seconds, but that's about it. And from what I'm hearing, YouTube is pushing YouTube Shorts because they still trying to compete with TikTok. But from what I heard from TikTok, they don't even grow on YouTube no more. You can't, I mean, not YouTube, TikTok. You can't even grow. And when you do grow, they don't monetize creators are not getting paid anymore. That's from what I heard. because the Americans bought TikTok and now they shutting down on the money that people get, especially social media influencers that do TikTok. Now, I got a TikTok page. Now, with me doing TikTok with my life story, I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm trying to grow this channel, so what difference is it going to be doing TikTok? I just don't really see the point in it. I think if I get 500 subscribers or more, or get monetized, that'll be an accomplishment within itself. Then I'll be able to get super chats and all this stuff, and people can super chat. People can do all those things if they want to, if they choose to. But the reason I got the support links there because I don't have all of that. Because I don't have 500 subscribers yet. I'm working there. I only got like 2 sets to go before I get there, but it's a slow pace, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Ain't nobody on the messenger on this side. Man, it's like everybody just vanished. There's nobody on the vertical live stream. It's like zero. And I only got 2 likes. I probably didn't get no subs out of that. Maybe I'm talking about the same thing over and over. But my thing is, if I'm talking about the same thing over and over, then that says a lot. That says that it's a lot worse than we thought. Because usually I'll talk about that and talk about something else. But if I'm talking about the same thing, then apparently there's some stuff going on that needs to stop. But unfortunately, the kind of times we living in, nothing's ever gonna change. And I keep saying this, and I'm gonna say this again. I don't know. I said this, I think, in previous live streams, and I'm gonna say this again. It's gonna get worse in 2027. And I'm gonna tell you guys, for those of you that are in America, if you have the means to do it, get out of America. Get your sons, get your daughters, get out of America. I don't care where you go, get out of America because America is a place where you're just soaked in debt, financial stress, working like a slave to the corporation jobs until you die. You're not going to get like enough retirement to even live off of in the United States. And on top of that, your 401k, oh, what's this in my eye? Oh, your 401k means nothing because when the stocks and the trades go down, when the stock market goes down, most of that money is going out of your 401k into the stock market to try to take place of whatever that's going on, to replenish, to keep the stock market from falling below, falling below or whatever. But the system is old and outdated, and it's just not set up for people to succeed in America. So it's like the question is, you can stay here, you're not going to really win the fight. You could be here for the fight, but I don't know if that's a good idea to be here for a country that you can't even win against, with the wars they keep going through. They keep fighting wars in other countries, and then half of our tax dollars is going to other countries. In America, the Americans that paid and worked hard and earned their tax dollars, they won't even be able to see none of that money because it's given in other countries. The food tastes like shit. in America, it'll taste like somebody just pissed and took a dump and left it in there for 90 days. And when you open that bathroom up, it just smells rotten, like something just died in it. That's how crappy the food tastes in America. I don't mean to be disgusting, if y'all are trying to get something to eat. And, I apologize if I ruined your appetite, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And half of the food that we're eating is probably not even, is more than likely, it's not even real. Some of it could be cloned. Then they talking about Campbell noodle soup. They putting some stuff in it that ain't right. Some people finding eggs and ramen noodles and all other stuff. And people eating sushi. And I'm not knocking people for eating sushi, but that fish, it's like there's nothing that can kill whatever whatever parasite or whatever that fish has observed. Because the thing is, it's like a lot of people go to the doctors, they be having tumors and they having like some kind of blood transfusion going on, and they got all of this stuff. And my thing is, it's like, you know, I'm not knocking people for eating sushi, and I think it's good. But at the same time, you got a lot of these sea creatures that are eating other sea creatures and other sea creatures, and it could be sea creatures that haven't even probably haven't been discovered in the history of sea diving. It could be consuming some of the most poisonous sea creatures that has enough venom to kill over 24.5 billion people in an entire country. And when people get that, that's why they be having problems. Most of them, they walking funny, and they got strokes and tumors and everything else because of the stuff that they consuming. Because you don't have nothing that can that can kill off that bacteria, that can kill off the whatever that these, because a lot of the fish that they eat is consumed, it gets into their DNA too, especially if they BM it or E or whatever the case may be. And that's a lot of stuff that people don't look at, because that's not good for you to just eat the meat like that. At least if you're gonna bake it or something. I wouldn't suggest frying it, because frying foods ain't good for you. Just like you ate all my damn what was it? My salmon and my fried chicken, and I told you not to fry that chicken. You know what I'm talking about. Fried chicken ain't good for you. It's good, but it's not good for you. You know what? I did make some fried chicken the other day. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. But see, I was hungry that day, but that ain't no excuse though. I ate some fried chicken that day. Yeah, I gotta own up to that one this time. But I'm probably gonna stick to baked this time, because the baked chicken tastes more. It smells better than fried chicken. I've noticed. Fried chicken, you just smell burnt and fried and everything else, but I don't know. But my thing is, it's just not good for you, know. And when you consume that stuff, it causes you to have bad medical problems, rather if it's hair loss or nails are falling apart, or they you know I'm not saying that's the case, but it causes harmful damage to your body. And then you start consuming that, so now you're going to end up having parasites that's going to be hard to kill, because the system, the in your I don't know much about the body and the functions and all of that, but Your body is supposed to break down the stuff that you eat, but then if they're parasites, it's going to be difficult because the stuff that you eat is going to have the shield over it to protect this parasite. So you're going to have a parasite and it's going to stay dormant and it's going to grow inside you until it causes problems, you know? And I'm not saying that to scare people and to fear monger in them. It's just something to be aware of when you're eating all of this stuff. People eating squid and other stuff, and it's just not good for you. But, I can't tell people what to eat. But, if you want to, you know, be healthy and you want to start not having those problems when you get old and you're gonna do the cane stick and you gotta go through all of the because think about it. If you break down one day, who's gonna help you? If you fail and you broke your back and you about 60 years old and you can't even get up, what you gonna do? You know? You got nobody to help you out. To pick you back up. Nobody you can call. Cause they all miles away. We can't call mama because mama ain't coming all the way up there to help us out, you know? And I say these things because I care about people and I care about their health. And I understand whether if it's part of culture or, rather if it's something that's been practiced since generations of whichever country. But at the same time, it's not your body is not it's damaging your body at the same time. That's like if you're trying to eat shrimp, but then you're trying to exercise and you can do all of that, but then at the same time you're still consuming something. And then these sea creatures then eat other stuff. So you're not just eating shrimp and you're not just eating, whatever meat you put in the sushi, you eating other stuff, other animals too on top of that. And it could be animals that you know you don't know. So and it's always good to know this stuff and not to eat some of this stuff. Oh man, that shirt looks so good. I'm thinking about buying me a shirt or a hoodie. Yeah, I made some hoodies. My life story is the name of my channel where I talk about experiences and related to other people's experiences, rather if it's family, you know, uh, at the job, life, relationships, or just, marital problems, even though I've never been married, but I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. I just learn from other people and I just deduce what they should do and shouldn't do. But nonetheless, I just offer try to help if I can help. But if I can't help, then I don't know. I just think that unless they find a woman in another country, at this point, I don't even suggest nobody getting in relationships at the way this world is right now and the way that things are going right now. I just don't suggest anyone getting in relationships, especially young men, because it's just not what it used to be anymore. You know, I already did. I don't know. with Wizard 101 and stuff. It's one of those games where they make these bosses so incredibly difficult for no reason. For no reason. They make it so incredibly difficult for no reason. And I get so sick and tired of these bosses. Like I was so burnt out with the Krogotopia missions. I was so burnt out. I said, after this, I'm done. I can't do it no more. I ain't got the attention span to deal with all these cheating bosses back to back to back. That's too much. I get it. They're trying to make it challenging. And guys, we're talking about video games now. I know this ain't the topic to be talking about it, but I talk about it from time to time. Better than talking about religion and having people jumping up talking about, do you know Jesus loves you? I think the whole world knows that. Even I know that. An atheist knows that Jesus loves him or her, and they're atheists. And the atheist people, they can probably tell you more about the Word of God than the people that go to church do. And I can get why a lot of people are atheists. Because, church people are just fake. And a lot of times they do stuff and they do it just because they're expecting something back and not because they got the compassion about it and they're doing it because they really want to do it. You know what? I have not drawn anything in a while. So I might. It's just ridiculous. And the thing is, it's like you can't even. How in the world? Da, 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 da. I guess everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. I don't know. Like I had some people in the chat. I guess they busy doing something. I don't know. I thought about doing a faceless My Life Story YouTube channel. I don't know if that's gonna work out, but it's worth experimenting with. At least I can get something in. Something. Yeah, they took discipline out of everything. It's they don't discipline their kids like they used to back in the old days. I can tell you that right now. They don't. Honestly, they don't. Yeah, they're not gonna die. They're not gonna die. They're not gonna die. I'm just not used to using Procreate. It's supposed to be easy, but I don't know. Using Procreate is like, oh, what's up, OG? August is still the plan. Oh yeah, August is still the plan. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. I'm just debating on should I leave in July for and go somewhere else to pass the time and then go. So expensive, especially for tours. It's expensive. Yeah. You know how expensive Tokyo is? I want to go stay off the grid. Hmm. I might check it out. Hiroshima. I might check it out. I need to be over there then, cause too much going on in the city, and I'm getting too old. Oh man, there's so many lines. There's like so many lines. Sketching with pencil, 6B. Let's try 6B. Oh, I gotta change here. And then I can just. I do need to go there because I need to see. Get that book and stuff your friend left over there. What do you mean, OG? Like what country I plan on going to, or I just think it's just time for us to start living life and stop being in America enslaved and yeah, what do you mean, OG? Oh, I'm just taking the clothes on my back, my traveling suitcase that I got my clothes in and just one carry on. I'm not really taking a whole lot of stuff with me. Everything else I'm throwing in the trash. The only thing I'm taking with me is my electronics. But that's it. I might sell my PlayStation for huh? Yeah, my clothes. Yo, you thought I was gonna throw my clothes away too? I might. I was thinking about it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just taking my clothes with me and just my electronics. That's the only things I'm taking with me. I got some Legos, and getting Legos is not cheap. I probably just take that with me, but other than that, or I probably just buy some in another country. But other than that, I might sell my PlayStation 5 because I don't really play on it that much. I can't afford the membership on it. And I got a Steam Deck and I got three Nintendo Switches. I have the Nintendo Switch 2. As you can see right here, I got the Nintendo Switch 2. It is $449 if you're getting the single. And if you're getting the bundle, it's $500. However, starting September the 1st, I cannot stress this enough. This is for everybody that's watching. I'm not trying to get you guys to get one. If you don't want a Nintendo Switch 2, that's perfectly fine. But this is the same with the Nintendo and the PlayStation 5 if y'all planning on getting one. Starting September the 1st in 2026, they're going to increase the prices. The PlayStation Pro 5 is going to be almost $1,000 because it's going to go up to $899. The regular PlayStation 5 is going to go up from 500 to $700 because Sony and Nintendo are greedy corporations. And the reason they really don't have to increase the price, but they're so greedy, so they have to do it. And because they're paying so much in tariffs to ship like the games and stuff over here, that's like whenever they come out with a new Pokemon game, they always pushing it to the next year, and then it usually come out around like September or December. You know what I'm saying? Usually they just come out with it within that year. Like they'll come out with a remake or something to keep the fans going, and then at the same time they'll come out with something that they'll just come out with a new generation game at the same year. And the only reason I got a Nintendo Switch 2 is to play the new Pokemon Winds and Waves, which is going to be a theme based on the Philippines. And the Philippines have islands and they have a lot of water, which is why it's so hot there. And the heat hits different over there than it is over here in the United States. And it was even hot in Africa. The heat there hits different over there too. Like you can't have no air conditioner, you got to use the fan. And then if you have something in the trash can, you got to take that out immediately because they're going to be maggots and all kinds of stuff crawling in that trash can. I'm still getting some votes. I got 11 votes on my scary stories that I post on Reddit. I wish I got that attention on YouTube with my scary story channel. But see, my stories are so dark, people can't even sit down and watch it. By the first half of the video, they are already giving up. That's what the commenters are telling me anyway. Um, so yeah, OG, that's what I'm gonna be bringing, man. Just my clothes and my electronics. That's it. Everything else I'm throwing in the trash or leaving behind. And if I get a little support from my subs on YouTube, that also helps because I can take that and I can put it towards my traveling. You know, I done worked hard on this channel. I've been going live. Like I've been consistent with the lives. And with the YouTube shorts too. I'm surprised one haven't blew up yet. Maybe that time is coming. Who knows? Who knows? That might be years and years and years from now, though. Probably years and years from now because the algorithm changed, everything changed on YouTube. They pushing content for people that are 45 years old and older because They don't like doing, they're not used to doing social media. And, it's like you're watching everybody else blow up except for you. And, people say that's audience for everybody, but is it really? Is it really audience for everybody? Probably not. Maybe there is. Who knows? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so I'm just taking my clothes and my travel bag. I was trying to get me another travel case, and I wanted to buy that electronic. Uh, it's like a space saver. It's like an electronic little. It's some kind of dongle, air pressure sucker where you put it in the vent of the bags that you put your clothes in, and it sucks the air out of it. I forgot what it is, but and if I order that now, I'm probably not gonna get it to like the end of this month. But yeah, I'm still leaving in August. That ain't changing. I'm still leaving in August because I booked a flight to go to Philippines, and I need to get out of this country because this country is just depressing, and I just feel like I don't have no energy, nothing, and families are not supportive anymore. They just abandoned me in a whole nother state that I didn't choose to be in, or a situation that they put me in that I didn't ask to be put in the first place. I just only they offered it and I accepted it because I thought that I was gonna work and get myself, you know, back on my feet again. But now I'm still off my feet and I'm still trying to get back on my feet. And that's crazy. And I shouldn't have to keep going through that. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So that's the items I'm taking. Oh yeah, August is definitely gonna be the plan. And if I can, I'm gonna see if I can get an extension. I probably can do the same in Japan too, get an extension. But then I still have to have enough money because, like I said, stuff is not gonna be cheap in Japan. And even though it may be not so expensive for foreigners, but at the same time, you know, things changed. Thing changes. So, and then with everything Donald Trump is doing, going war with other countries, trying to take out a country off the face of the map, and he's talking about a deal that he's supposed to be making. Them people don't care nothing about no deal. And then one of these days, they're gonna nuke this country and take this country off the map, all because of stuff that he's doing. You'll see. But even if that doesn't happen next year, it's gonna get even worse in the United States than it has is now. The gas prices are insanely high right now. People can't even afford food anymore. You got people at checkouts, barely people at a cashier. You only got like three people out of 10 cashiers, and then there's a snake that of a line that's all the way to the back to the bread department and all the way back to the meat in the refrigerator department. In the grocery past the grocery department. That's crazy. There's times I had to go to customer service and order my stuff because a lot of people they be buying stuff like it's 9/11. I don't know how they do it. How y'all making money like that? Y'all need to show me. Show me where the jobs at that y'all working at. Something. You know what I'm saying? Show me where these jobs at. I've been looking for these jobs for a long time. I wouldn't mind working some of them. Show me where they at so I can sign up. And then what's worse, you got to pay for bags and at the checkout, or you have to bring your own bags. It's just you can't do nothing in this country anymore. Oh God. You can't do nothing in this country anymore. But yeah, OG, nothing's changed. The plan is still the plan. And not let's not forget, I still got my dividends that's supposed to be coming in. And then I'm trying to make some money on this, but I ain't got the subscribers to do that yet. But I know what I am gonna do. I'm thinking of buying my own self a t-shirt and a hoodie. I'm thinking about doing it right now. I might do that right now, but the only reason I haven't done it is because maybe I should do it now. And then I probably should get it between now and later on this month. Who knows? But can't say too much because you know, you know who, the crazy landlord could be listening. She could be like, "Oh, so he going somewhere else? I thought he said he was going." You know, that's why I said you can't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Not that any of that will matter because at the same time, you know, I'm just not going to stay in this country anymore. And I deserve to go to a place where I can actually be happy. And I won't know that if I'm sitting up here working a corporate job and in hopes to get more and more money and at the same time it's like, okay, you got to pay this bill, but I thought about just going to a shelter and just stay there and then build up some money that way. And then I'll be off. Cuz I'm going to tell you, I'm not paying the landlord squat. I'm not paying squat. She said it's been paid for July. Hey, that's a perfect opportunity for me. And I'm gonna take every advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, it's like, hey, you want to work some extra hours? Yeah, bring them hours on. Come on, come on. What time you want? 12 tonight? All right, come on in. I'll come. I'm coming in. How about this? I come in at 1 o'clock. No, I come in at 11 at 10:30. How about that? Because see, if I come in early, I can get off at like 7. Wait, probably 7 or 5 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock. Like, okay, bring them hours on. When I work them hours, get on that flight. I ain't even gonna put in my 2 week notice because these jobs ain't worth putting 2 week notices over. It ain't like I'm gonna be working there again. And then on top of that, when I tried to clock in, the managers didn't even put in the time that I was supposed to work. They said, "Oh, well, you weren't scheduled to work on Monday. Why am I not scheduled to work on Monday when I made it clear that my availability was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 to 9, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.? Since when that changed? You see that? This is why I hate working for these job corporations. I love to work. I just don't like working a job. That's the difference. Because these jobs, they don't care about you. And I told the guy, I said, look, if you need to take a break and you need to rest, you need to rest. Stop working yourself down because that's what they want you to do. They want you to work yourself silly until your body breaks down and then they're going to replace you with somebody else. They don't care nothing about you. These landlords, they don't care nothing about you either. They don't care if your body breaks down while you working. All they care about is the bottom line. And if you don't give them the bottom line, you're out. There is no such thing as three strikes you out. You are out. Now, maybe there are some landlords out there that are can be understanding and they can kind of work with you. And I'm surely hoping that by now that some of these landlords, unlike the one I have common sense to know that rent alone you can't just depend on that. You have to have another income source to fall back on. But you have some landlords that don't think that way. And then when you posting in a group where it's supposed to be about the renters and it's supposed to be about what they're going through, they get bashed and they siding with the landlord. Well, you're supposed to pay. They can still kick you out if you want to, even if you tell them that you're paying rent, but you're still getting locked out of the own house that you're paying rent in. Well, you still should have paid rent. Well, even if you did pay rent, she can still kick you out if she wants to. It's her house. But it's my money that's going into the damn thing. And your point. Just don't know what's wrong with these commenters. Like on Reddit, they just got brain damage issues. You tell them that 2 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12, or 2 times 3 is 6. They gonna tell you no. 2 plus 3 is 6. And 2 times 3 is 5. That's just the way their brains operate. I'm not expecting everybody to agree with everything I say or have the same thinking pattern, but it's like people should need to start looking at things for the way it is, not for the way it isn't or what they think it should be. Because we're not living in a fantasy world anymore. We're living in the real world where you can get hurt. A bullet can hit you. You can get hit by a car. You can get ran over. People can step on your soul. They can take your soul out of your chest and feed it to you, stab a sword in your back, turn around and laugh and spit in your face at the same time. I had to deal with somebody at work this week, and it was some guy from he was a Haitian guy that I had to deal with. He gonna say you look like some black racist Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? This is this is what he told me. I'm just like, what is wrong with this guy? And I didn't understand why the other gentleman had, whoever this Haitian guy was, because he ain't had no manners. And when it comes to like a lot of the black people, when they see another black person, they start acting crazy. You know, if a non-black person is selling a hot dog for $20, but then if a black person is selling a hot dog for $20, they'll try to talk him down on a lower price of the hot dog. But they'll buy it from any other race of people. But when it comes to their own, they want to talk them down, talk a deal, and try to negotiate. But they won't negotiate if they're going out there buying Jordans, Tory Burks, Gucci, and all the other stuff. They want to negotiate with non-black people when they getting stuff like that. But then when a black person trying to come up, they want to negotiate and talk him down. That's what I had to deal with at work. Then I had a lady, she come up to me asking me, "Are those hot wings?" I said, "No, those are spicy wings." Same thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't got time for that. And that guy said, "Hey, you okay?" I was like, "I'll be okay when I get this lady out of my face and give her what she ordered and get her out of my face." It's always black women that do this stuff. Like, they do this to other black men and it's ridiculous. Some of these people make you go to jail over them or something. Not trying saying I will go to jail for nobody, but they crazy. Can't stand their attitudes. I'm like, I told one last like, look, whatever type of attitude you got, you need to keep that to yourself. Now, if you come here to order some chicken, come here and order some chicken. But what you got going on right there, keep that to yourself. Don't throw that out on me. I'm not trying. I don't. I understand that, but I'm just letting you know right now. If you're gonna come here and order something, tell me what you're gonna order and speak up when you're gonna order something. Don't come over here. I want some chicken. Speak up. Tell us what you want. Help us help you. Don't just sit up there and talking low. I can't hear you. You got the intercom. All right, everybody. It is the top of the hour. And about 8:50, the doors to the apparel will be closed. I repeat, and by 8:50 p.m., the doors to the apparel will be closed. If you guys are up to it, we have some floor flowers on 50% discount off. Thank you. And then the song just starts playing. And every time when I make a point, they always interrupt. It never fails. Sometimes I just want to like get a staff and just shoot that thing down. Shut up. Just like we're supposed to. So like when we get ready to take the trash out, they're supposed to call Oscar. That's some kind of code name because they be saying a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm trying to hear the word Oscar. I can't hear the word Oscar because we have to take the trash and take it to the back room and put it in that dump. Me and the guy, we couldn't even hear what Oscar. We couldn't even hear it. I'm over there washing dishes. I don't know what the other guy was doing. He should have been sprayed down the floor and everything in the deli. I don't know why he waited to the last minute to do it. He was like, well, I don't want to leave there. There's a lot of stress. Man, don't even worry about that. Don't even stress yourself about that because it's their responsibility to make sure that they call Oscar and whatever. If they didn't call us, don't worry about it. Don't even try to be too hard on yourself. Because they know what they doing, but they try to throw. That's the problem with these jobs. They want to try to throw things on you. Oh, it's your responsibility. You're supposed to be, yeah, but whatever happened to teamwork? If we miss something, call us and let us know. Hey, are you guys? Oscar just called, just letting you guys know, or something. They don't want to do their part. But then when you really need help with something, either they never around or they don't want to help you with nothing. But then the moment when you're doing something and then it's something that you're not supposed to be doing, guess what? Okay, now they want to sit down and have a conversation with you. I just told them like, don't worry about it. Let's just go home because I'm not gonna be staying here after hours. Ain't nobody paying me for overtime. And this man was telling me, well, I ain't get a day off because, he kept calling me in. And then the manager's like, well, it's your fault. How is it it's his fault? You instead of saying that it's his fault, why not go out of your way to make sure that he got his stuff together? These people don't care nothing about you. They just want to get you in and start working. And they want to work you to death. Because if I say no, I don't want to work no overtime, you should get you some extra hours. If I start doing that, then they're gonna want me to do that every day. And I'm not gonna be doing that every day. That's how they get you. If they look at the fact that oh he's working overtime every day, let's call him. He'll come and help us out. Especially if they teach me how to cook the chicken, then they definitely gonna want me to do everything, and I'm not gonna do everything. I'm not working myself like a dog. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm doing the bare minimum and I'm sticking to it because I only got one life to live, and I'm not gonna waste my entire life on a corporate job that doesn't give a crap about me, but just want to overwork me and work me down. And you can barely get any consecutive days off because you got to work two jobs just to make a living when it's hard enough to get one job. But see, these landlords don't care about that, especially the one I got. She just want the money in her hands or get the hell out. She don't give a damn about what happens to the economy. She don't care nothing about the state that she lives in and what's happening. It's good to know your surroundings and be aware of what's going on. But you have some individuals, they don't care about their surroundings. They don't care about what's going on. I'm not saying you have to control everything because, as I said in previous live streams, you can only control what you can control. But it's good to be aware, self aware of what's going on around you. That doesn't mean you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you're trying to keep up with every bit of information. You just need to know enough to know what's going on so you're not just in the dark. But people don't care. And then when you talk about the job crisis and you talk about stuff that's going on, then and how much this country is failing and how you just want to move to another country, you know what statements they give you? Oh, well, if you hate America so bad, why you still here? When you gonna leave? Why you still here? When you gonna leave? It ain't like I could just leave and not come back. I gotta come back at some point. I don't want to, but I gotta come back at some point. Unless something change and I can stay there forever. But that's rare. What in the world is? Mm-hmm. Put it back. I told you to. Oh, okay. All right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna get you. It's all right. Cause I told you to leave that stash alone, didn't I? Mm. See you acting up already. That's all right. I got something. Yeah, you gotta eat something, but you eating my stash of something. Cause it was in that case that I had it in, and you took it out. It wasn't meant to fit up in there. Excuse me. It wasn't meant to fit in there. It's just everything is out of control. The prices of everything is going up in this country like never before. You can't even buy a house. You can't even rent a house. You can't even get an apartment. You have to stay with other people just to make ends meet. I wouldn't even suggest anybody to get a car at this point, especially here in Alaska when you can take buses to get to where you need to go. You can take Ubers to get to where you need to go. I mean, at least that'll be cheaper than paying car note every month. Then you got to pay your insurance. Then the maintenance on the car is expensive. And then you got to get your filter replaced every 5,000 miles or so. Then you got to get your license plate tag renewed. Then you got to get your front end alignment and your tires rotated and everything else. Then you got to get your oil changed. You got to get all of that stuff. And how much is that going to be? Around like $400 to $500. And then if they got to replace anything else, that's adding another $100 on top of that. Who in the world wants to get a car nowadays? I don't want a car. Then they got cameras in the car too, where they recording everything you do. They keeping up with everything and your whereabouts. You are literally living in a country where you got no privacy. You can't even no longer to the point where you can't own your own stuff anymore. It's already bad that people buy video games. You can't even own that because Nintendo got it set up to where you got to get a chip, one of them license on your games that you buy. You can't even own that. So if they want to take that away, they'll do it, even though you paid for it. How do you pay something and not own it? That's like buying a house and you don't really own the house. As soon as you pay the mortgage, all you got to pay the property taxes. Then you got to pay the interest rate. I don't know much about real estate, but I know enough to know like you're always paying something every time. You're paying something. Then there's a bill that comes up and you don't even know where that bill came from. Now you about $70 short on your electrical bill. I wouldn't be surprised if it went up to $200 a month. Yeah, I'm definitely coming to Japan. Yeah, we gonna have to work some of that out. That's a lot. That's a lot of food. Hmm. It's just noodles. Hmm. Some of my stash. You know that's my stash, right? Mm. You saying that like you don't like anime. I don't even know who these people are. You saying it like you don't like anime. Why not? There's a lot of animes out there. I know you like uh hmm, excuse me. I don't know. A lot of people like One Piece, but I don't know. I never really been into One Piece. I mean, the only thing I liked about One Piece is that fight with the dragon dude or whatever he is. I don't know. And I don't know. I can't eat no onions. I probably use it to put it into some meat. Probably like steak or something like that. That sounds good. Oh wow. That looks different from the one. Wow. So do you use it for your sink too? Or you just use it for just laundry? Oh, I see. Oh, it's floating in the air. Oh wait, it's a floating in the air. Okay. You were supposed to clean that a long time ago. What is that? But like I said, just in America, you're just a slave and you're considered property of the United States of America. The moment when that birth certificate is signed, you're considered property of the United States. Property to do a slave master's bidding. Work their work. You got to work these companies' jobs because you're building their future, but you're not building your own future. And a lot of Americans don't. A few of them do understand that, but a lot of Americans don't understand that. All they care about is what they want. And as long as it don't affect them, they don't care. But if it does and they can't get what they want out of the next person, they got to stab the next person just to get what they want. That's just the way America works. And the system and the way it's set up, it's just set up for people to be either rich or poor. The middle class is already weeded out. And I appreciate the likes, whoever liked the channel. It's just an ongoing thing. And the only time they start caring about things that's going on is when it affects them. That's the only time they care. like, okay, this is happening, so we got to do something about it. That's what America is. You're just working. And then, not to mention the bill was signed years ago of the 40-hour work week. Now you got the overtime bill that just passed by where you working overtime any hours that's after out of that. Then on top of that, like I think people should be working 6 hours instead of 40 hours. Because if you Yeah, because if you're working 40 hours, that's most out of your day, especially if you ain't getting consecutive off days. Because if you're telling a manager about the days you're available, they start out with the days you're available. Then as you start working there for long periods of time, they start changing your schedule around. If you're working from 9 to 5, then they're gonna change it to 6 to 11. Then they changing it to 3 to 9. Then they're gonna change it from 12:30 to 7 o'clock. Then they're gonna, and then you told them the time and the days that you're available. They'll say what days you're available, and you tell them that, but they don't ask you what times you're available because the way they do it is they got you scheduled to work at random times. Random times. And instead of asking you what times are you going to be available, instead of asking you what times that you're going to be available, these jobs just want you to work like a slave, like a dog. You're living in a country that they don't care about you. Your own president doesn't care about you. All he does is starting wars with other countries to get what he wants them to do. And then the presidents that you vote, they're puppets. And the Congress is using them as puppets to do their bidding of what they want and what they suggest. They don't care nothing about what the people say. And it's crazy how the people fought tooth and nail to get Trump in office, and this happens. You guys think about it. He said no more war, right? Why is he going to war with Iran? Then Iran is bombing Israel. Then Israel is attacking the US, and then it's just so much going on. He said he was going to lower down the prices and take away taxes. When he took away taxes, he increased the prices up on everything. Now everything is going up than your own pay wages. Instead, you got companies that are cutting your hours down, trying to shorten everything, trying to when you're trying to punch the clock in, there's an error. Then you gotta go chase down HR or the manager, let them know. They saying just enough just to get you out of their face, but they expect you to come to work every day. Then when you're trying to look for a job, you get told, well, you gotta work a second job. And I'm just like, do you know how hard it is to find one job? You have to spend an hour and 30 minutes to fill out an application, put down places that you live between 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years. People you know well, your professionals. You always got to have references. You always got to have every information that you possibly don't even have. Some information you don't even know how to get to or never heard of before. They say it in so many different sophisticated words, you have to use Chat GPT to find out the definition. You have to figure out what is this, um, this right here. Enter. And then the moment you hit enter, oh, that's what it is. So, like I said, people sitting up here telling me, well, if you don't like America so much, why are you still here? When you gonna leave? When are you gonna realize that your country, that America is fucked, that America is messed up. When are you gonna realize that? Not saying there's anything you can do about it, but it's something to be aware of. Cupcakes Woman Shelter says, can you just lose a leg by accident or something and go on SSI? Well, what I can do, I could just, I don't know, maybe. But what I can do is go up there and tell the president for people who want to leave the US to give them the rights to do that, to create a bill to give up their American citizenship so they can be free to go somewhere else where they want to go. And stop dealing with being enslaved to one country just because they were born and raised here. That's what I think they should do. But I get what you're saying. But like I said, it's I mean, at this point, if you doing that at that point, cupcakes, you're gonna be replaceable and disposed of. And that's another thing too. When you are working these jobs, and these landlords don't care what you have to go through to get the money, they want the money. Or you got to get the hell out. They don't care if you almost got shot at your job to get paid. They don't care if you walk down the street and somebody jacked you up and threw you in the back of the van and you went missing. They don't care. They just care about where's my money. People only care about themselves. They don't care about you. And what's more saddening, your own family don't care about you. My family don't give a crap about me. My own biological father wouldn't even spend quality time with the only son that he birthed into this world. I done came to my father many times and I done asked, I said, try to rekindle the father and son time that I missed, that I didn't get to have. I had to grow up around other men to learn things from other men. And guess what? I even asked my father about getting my driver's license. You go and you get somebody else to do your driver's license. Go get somebody else to help you. Get your mother to help you because I'm not helping you with shit. I'm not making this up. If I was smart back then and I can record every conversation I had with my father, I would. And I've been told that by the guys that my mother married throughout the years of me living in her house. And most of the guys that my mother married, they all had agendas. They never cared about her in the first place. Just like I talked to my mother about stuff that's going on in my situation. She's sitting up here acting drastic and thinking that I'm trying to drive her to her grave. I can't even talk to her about nothing. And that's the thing about family. They're useless. That's why I made this t-shirt. This t-shirt from behind me. This t-shirt from behind me. Myself understands me. Because yourself is your only safe zone and yourself is your only best friend that you can trust, and you and yourself alone. You can't trust a woman. You can't trust your family, cousins, aunties. You can't trust nobody but yourself. As a man, you only can trust yourself. You're going to get mistreated, thrown out there with the wolves, trying to get it out of the mud. And I'm sure there's other worse things that's happening. Hello there, Allison. Y'all remember when y'all used to get y'all ass whipped when you was a little kid? Mother used to take her frustrations out on you. I mean, discipline a child is one thing, but when you got a parent that's taking their frustrations out on you just because you look like every spit image of your father, they picking you up with the one hand, choking you, throwing fingernail polish, tying you up like a damn dog, a slave, and beating you like a slave, telling you to stretch out in the bed. They get that stitcher cord and start doing critical hits. And they tell you if you move, that's gonna be one extra lick that you gonna take. They hit you across your head, everything. It hurts. They tell you to go outside and go get some leave. That one time when I used to go to elementary school, I had another stranger that had switches and stuff in the back and had a belt and told me if I didn't eat this was at a school. This was when I was a kid. Okay. That's a lot of stuff I haven't shared with y'all that I'm gonna share with y'all in these live streams. But I'm gonna tell you this. I was a kid. I used to go to a school called Rock Quarry in in Alabama, right? When I was still a kid. I had some other dude that was not even my father, not even related, told me, it was a janitor, told me if I didn't eat that food by the time that hand gets to 12, he was gonna kick my ass. And he took the belt and beat me like I stole something. And my mother sat up there and allowed it. You letting somebody else beat on your child that's not even your father. My mother okayed that. She have other people kicking my ass when I was a child. Even my uncle abused me when I was a child. Punched me in the stomach, chased me around, quote unquote. He was trying to teach me how to be a man. There's ways to teach to be a man, but I'm just a kid. Don't you? That was a little too damn early to be teaching me how to be a damn man. I'm a kid. I haven't even enjoyed my youth. I got treated like shit by my own family. And now they got me in a situation. Now I'm out there fending for myself. And at this point, it got me thinking, why not just give me up for adoption? If you don't like me so much, give me up for adoption. Stop sitting up here trying to raise me and then put me in a situation where you can't help me. You can't do anything. Even talking about situations is considered dragging them down to the grave. You can't talk to them about nothing. That's why I talk to myself all the damn time. Because families don't give a shit about you. They only come in when you're success, when you're making money, when you're coming up in the world. But when you're down and you're broke, busted, and disgusted, when you are going through shit, your family doesn't give a shit about you and nobody else. You think these folks up here in Alaska give a shit about me because I got kicked out by my own family and I'm stuck in another damn state that I don't belong in? They don't give a shit about that. I didn't ask for this. This wasn't my decision to stay up here this long like this. This was my mother's decision. She got me over there in Africa to spy on her husband. I mean, if you got a feeling that he's doing something he ain't supposed to be doing, and now you finding out all this stuff, but you got me going all the way to Africa for nothing. I just wanted to get back on my own 2 feet again. I didn't give a damn about trying to go nowhere else. As long as I was on my own 2 feet, trying to maintain and keep my head above water, that's all I really cared about. And I'm pretty sure I can speak for all people in here and for those who's watching this live stream. And then my mother was like, some stuff you shouldn't put over the internet. I'm putting all this shit on the internet. This is my channel. And I'm sick and tired of watching other channels that ain't talking about stuff like this. I think it needs to be exposed and it needs to be talked about. Because this shit is child abuse. Y'all remember those days when y'all were a kid? Y'all get beat up like a damn slave, especially the men. We get the worst beating in ancient history. If so much as looked at our parents wrong, at our mothers wrong. Them beatings they give us, it was deadly as hell. By the time you get a 7:30, let her find out that you get a 7:30 note from your school. Or you come home with a bad report card. Don't try to hide it because she gonna find it. I used to take the stitching cords. I used to take the belts. I used to hide them all over the damn place because I didn't want to get my ass kicked. Turn to find out, my mother pulled out a 18 by 24 stitching cord with creases in it and every damn thing. Beat the shit out of me with it. Then picked me up with one fucking hand and literally tried to choke me to death. Now that I've been homeless for 6 years in another state, she got me over in Africa, then got a 18, 19-hour flight all the way to Alaska. Now my ass is stuck here. And for what? Nothing. Living with my uncle. Threw my ass out on the fucking streets. I have been abandoned by family. My mother don't even call to see how I'm doing anymore. She favors my sister more than she favors me. Then she want to tell that lie talking about you're the only best friend that I got. She ain't your. I'm gonna tell you, when your mother tells you that, take what she says with a grain of salt. Because I'm telling you, your mother or your father, your cousins, your aunties, whatever, none of these people care about you. You and yourself is your only safe zone. Hear me when I'm telling you this, especially in the black families. When it come to black men, they don't give a shit about us. My mother doesn't give a shit about me. She favors my sister all the damn time. Even my sister will call me and try to cuss me out. Tell me you're supposed to take the internet box to the FedEx. And I just told her, look, I don't need you to speak for my mother. I already get enough stuff from my mother. I don't need a mother number two. So either you're gonna talk to me with some respect or I'm gonna bid you a good day. I don't give a damn. Click. I ain't got time for that shit. All of them can kiss my black ass at this point. Fuck that damn family. And then I got to thinking to myself, why the hell am I still living on this damn earth? Why the fuck am I even doing YouTube in the first damn place? Who the fuck really cares about the shit that I have to go through? Who the hell is gonna sit here in a hour long fucking stream and hear about some pissy, dissy, dassy, uh, shitty ass situation that I done went through? Even though I'm sharing relatable experiences to other people. Why the hell have I not died of a second seizure yet when I was still a baby? Why not just kill me over already? You know, not trying to be suicidal or nothing, but I'm just trying to shoot. I'm just trying to like figure some shit out. I'm just trying to understand what the fuck is going on. And it seems like every time when you try to do something, you're trying to be successful. It's like, especially as a black man, you don't get shit in this goddamn world. All you get is a piss in the damn face all your life. People will smile in your face and turn around and piss in your face and tell you that it's raining every fucking day. You got black folks that's sitting up there and non-black folks talking to you icky bunny. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bruh. Yo, and all this other bullshit. Just because you're black. Don't y'all get tired of that shit? Black men? Man, all the food is shit in America. All the food is shit. It smells like somebody done pissed and shit and stayed in the damn toilet for 90 days and you open that motherfucker up and it smells like shit. All the food here smells like and tastes like shit. It don't last long. People trying to cook food in other cultures and don't even know how to do it. Half of the shit that you get is so damn high priced. Just like when I was working at KFC, I'm trying to learn how to make a eight making meals and try to read the damn screen and stuff, and I'm digging up stuff, and this Samoan chick gonna turn around and ask me, "Hey, if you were buying that, would you eat that much?" I'm looking at her, well, I don't know. You're training me. I'm doing the best that I can. You think I'm trying to half-ass them with some food? I don't know how much I'm supposed to put in the damn bowl. You better train me and show me how to put this shit in here. What do you think? Is this something that you be asked? This if these the type of questions that you ask somebody when they working and working at a fast food for the first fucking time? It's like no matter where you go, black men, we all get treated like shit. If you own your own business and you selling a hot dog for $20, black folks will talk you down to $5 a hot dog. When it comes to other races, they'll spend all their money on them. Tell me if I'm lying. I done been through it. Man, fuck positivity. Sometimes you can't be positive all the damn time. You gotta tell it like it is. We're living in a shitty ass world right now where people are guarded, cautious. You can't you say hello to them, they act like they can't speak. They walking around acting like their whole family has been wiped off the face of the earth. And you're saying being positive? Yeah, being positive is good, but there's a time and a place for everything. Right now, it's not the time to be positive right now. It is time to tell things the way it is. All this positive shit is over. We're living in a country right now that is going to shit, that is being squeezed until there's no drop of that lemon squeeze left. If you telling me to be positive, why don't you tell all the other people out there to be positive? They looking like somebody family just died 10 years ago. Why don't you tell them that? Tell them to go be positive and see how well that works out for them. That's no different than getting on your knees in the middle of the road saying, "Peace be still." You think a truck or a car is going to stop at 75 miles per hour just because you say, "Peace be still"? No. Now, if it's in another country, I can't speak for them. I can only speak for the United States. Or should I say, the United Snakes of America. I understand you're trying to be positive. It's good to be positive. But you also have to tell things the way it is, too. I'm not doing all that disclaimer stuff. like these other channels do. I'm keeping it 100 because that's what this channel is about. There are people out here, they're going through shit right now. They got shitty lives right now. And the last thing they need to hear is not being positive, but they need to know that they're not the only ones going through shit. That's what they need to know. They need to know that you can't trust nobody. You can't trust your family. You can't trust nobody. You can only trust yourself. You can only be friends with yourself. I talk to myself more than I talk to other people. I got people coming up to me thinking I'm psycho and crazy. Why do you talk to yourself? Because people don't want to communicate. Every person you run into, what do they always tell you? Oh, well, I'm an introvert and I like to keep to myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you mean to tell me everybody in the world is an introvert? Yeah, you can be positive, but positivity is only going to get you so far. Right now, I'm not trying to be positive. I'm speaking some real shit for people who are going through shit. People out here losing their jobs, living on the goddamn street, abandoned by families, being treated like shit by families, especially black men and other men. That's no different than telling somebody to get on their feet, get on their knees, and pray. How the hell is prayer going to solve their situation when they need somebody or a breakthrough or somebody to be a blessing? Okay, I do, man. I tried to spread positive as much as I can. My comment wasn't meant to disrespect or minimize our shit country right now. It's just, yeah, you can be positive, but you got to also understand too, America's not a positive country. The best way you can get positivity is leaving and go to another country. That's the best positivity you're going to get. And I know this because I've been to Africa. I was the happiest man that I've ever been in my entire life. It ain't because I went to Africa, it was the fact of being in another country. When I came back here, I felt tired, I felt stressed out, depressed. You can't talk to other people because they add more onto it. It's easier said than done to be positive around here. You have ultimate power for one problem, which is, yeah, you can only control what you can control. But what I'm doing is I'm telling people to make them aware that they're not alone. They're not the only ones going through situations. And whoever liked the stream, I appreciate the likes. The only positivity that you can ever get is anime and video games and going to another country. You're not going to get it from people. And you're certainly not going to get it in America. Now, I don't know what country y'all from. I don't know if y'all in America. If y'all in another country, I can't speak on that. I can only speak for the United Snakes of America. And I'm going to tell you this, the America in 2026, I don't like this type of America. The America back 40 years ago is the one that I understand and actually makes sense. But at this point, America just need to hurry up and go into a recession. They need to just hurry up and crash the economy. But back to families and stuff. Black men, your family don't give a shit about you. Or men. Your families don't care about you. They birth you into the world and they throw you out on the streets, telling you you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. When you turn 18, you got to figure it out. You ain't got no father figure that can stand there, that can teach you and help you of what's going on. You don't have shit. And here's we got another comment. If you don't like America, get on your knees and say, "So sorry, USA." I'm not doing shit, William. America need to bow down to me and say that they're sorry for raising these goddamn prices up for the food and gas and everything that's going up to the point where you can't afford shit. That's what the USA should do. Fuck the USA and all these goddamn stingy ass presidents that are bombing and going to war to other countries. And then half of the American tax dollars is going to other countries. We don't get to see none of that money. I don't get to see none of my damn taxes. I don't get to see shit. And I file my taxes every damn year. And I don't get to see none of it. It is. It's more than just a laughing stock, uh, Williams. It's it's a shit show. And it's going further and further down the rabbit hole. The government ain't paying shit. The government is paying for them other countries out there. The government ain't helping Americans with shit. You got 14 million Americans losing their jobs. Then you got another surge of layoffs every fucking day in this country in 2026. EBT, you might as well forget about that. They ain't getting none of that shit back. And then what they do, they'll sprinkle some stimulus and some other comfort. Then they'll put us right back on the hot seat. And all they doing is distracting the Americans. And the Americans are too damn stupid. They don't even know what's going on around them. And they don't care. As long as it's not happening to them, they don't give a shit. But let it happen to them. Now they're going to start figuring that out. I don't give a damn about Kool-Aid. That's some shit that you drink and eat. And then the thing is, even that tastes like shit in this country. Kool-Aid don't even taste like Kool-Aid no more. And watermelons sure as hell don't taste like watermelons anymore. I'm telling you guys, I know y'all watching this. I know I'm not the only one that's going through shit. And I know y'all watching through the clouds. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And it ain't to fearmonger and to be negative, it's to help, not really help, but let people be aware of what's going on in the country that they're living in. And stop being in this fantasy bubble thinking that everything is supposed to be okay. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to families in this country, and if you're in this position, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I went through it. And I know some of you know by now that America has laughed and pissed in your face and told you that it was raining for the years of your life too. I done heard stories from friends of mine that stayed, some of them stay with his grandma, some of them stay with their aunts. And the mother's trying to convince them to go find somewhere else to go in this high ass economy. Wouldn't even give them a chance to get on their own 2 feet. Well, I don't really care that much about government assistance. And for that, you can get out of my chat. And you can get out of my chat too. I don't give a shit about American government assistance. And I also don't give a shit about EBT. I don't care about none of that shit. Because I'm not talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about families treating men, especially black men, like shit and throwing them out on the streets to fend for themselves in a world that they haven't even been fully prepared for. That's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking about EBT. I'm not talking about government assistance because the government don't give a shit about this country. They're funding what they want to fund. They're not funding for Americans. And I do appreciate the likes on this live stream. Crazy. This is a crazy life we live in. You know, you can't even talk to people no more because people don't have the attention span. They don't have the attention span. And then when you talk to them about shit, it's like you talk to them about stuff and they just don't care. You ever notice when you got shit that's going on and you really need somebody to talk to so fucking bad? You do need somebody to talk to. But at the same time, there's nobody around that you can talk to. These people that claim that they're your friends, they're never there. Your parents ain't there. You can't talk to your mother. She always got to give you some damn lecture telling you that you basically trying to drag her to her grave. You're trying to do all of this shit. Then you can't talk to your father because he always want to talk about shit that your mother did. You don't give a shit about what your mother did. You just trying to spend time with your father, but you can't even get that. And then at the same time, they want to talk about, well, if I leave one day, then I can give you my truck. What the hell am I going to do with a goddamn truck? I may not even be around to get that damn truck. What the hell am I going to do with a truck? I'm telling you, man, I got abused and treated like shit. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. At worst scenarios, everybody want to pull this positivity shit. You're living in a toxic ass country where people are looking like their whole families have been wiped off the face of the damn earth. They don't give a damn about being positive. Half of these people you can't even talk to because they think you're some creeper, you're just some pedophile, or you're some stalker, or worse. I've been called the police on one time. Wasn't bothering nobody, was just on the phone. Police said that he was doing a wellness check here in the state of Alaska. And you know, now that I look at it, it just seems like every time you look around, you go through more bullshit for 6 years, only to go through some more bullshit on top of the bullshit that you went through the other times of the year. And there have been a lot of times where I tried to turn things around for me. And I know y'all done went through through this shit too, not just me. I know I'm not the only person that's going through this shit. And I'm speaking on some real shit right now. Then you hear from your parents, I don't do you no more than I do your sister. I love both of y'all the same. When knowing that she loved one that she does the other. You can't believe nothing these people say any damn more. As I said before, you and yourself is your only best friend. You can't even talk to nobody no more. They don't have the attention span. They get easily distracted. You talk to them, they just hang up on you out of no fucking way. Then they don't even call you back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hang up on you, but I'll call you back when I'm done with this." It's like when you're going through shit and you need somebody to talk to, you can't talk to your family because they thinking they're trying to drag them to their grave. So you can't talk to they stupid asses no more. So who else the fuck can you talk to? The only person you can talk to is yourself. Hello from Pakistan, brother. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. The only person you can talk to is your damn self. Everybody else is just focused on their agendas. They don't give a damn about you. Not even your own flesh and blood family gives a damn about you. I know mine don't. They're the reason I'm in this shit right now and I'm trying to get out of. And I'm pretty sure you got parents that'll put you into some shit that you didn't even want to put yourself in the first damn place. Us men, we going through it in the US of A. We get treated like shit by our families, get abandoned by our families. Nobody calls to check up on you, to see how you doing. Nothing. Just like my uncle kicked me out. He ain't got the decency to call me up and be like, "Hey, nephew, hey, man, I'm sorry I kicked you out like that. I just, a lot of shit was going on. Where you at right now? You still in Alaska? Where you living at?" Nothing. I don't get nothing. It's like I'm going through a whole bunch of shit just to come all the way to a whole fucking state to go through some more bullshit. And it's always me going through the bullshit. You ever feel like that sometimes? It's always you. It's never nobody else. And sometimes you start thinking to yourself, why the hell am I even on this damn earth? You know, when I was a baby, I died twice. I had two seizures. You know, to keep me from going through this bullshit, not trying to be suicidal or nothing like that. I'm just saying, theoretically speaking, I should have just died of one of them damn seizures. So I don't have to be in this goddamn world dealing with shitty people for the rest of my goddamn life. I'm tired of this shit. And I know y'all tired of it too. It's time to put down the bullshit and just be real. Let's see, Hamburger Gala reads, I have no family. They passed away and I'm depressed, brother. What do I do? I'm lost and I'm lonely. I'm gonna tell you, Hamburger brother, Hamburger Gala. Let me tell you something. The only thing you should do is trust yourself and only yourself. Because the thing is, even with your parents died, there's nobody in this world that's going to give a shit about you but yourself. There's nobody in this world that's going to support you but you. There is nobody in this world, Hamburger Gala, that's going to support you but you. Once your parents is out of the picture, you more than definitely ain't gonna have nobody that's gonna give a shit. They're not gonna care. People in this world only care about what they're trying to get. They're not caring about you. So what you should do is focus only on yourself and keep moving forward. You can only control what you can control. The fact that my condolences to your family passing away, but there's life happens. It's time to move on. It's time to go and move on to better things. But know this, in this world, there's no such thing as somebody caring about you. You and yourself are your only best friend. I talk to myself every day when I'm out and around and about. I don't talk to people no more. I got tired of talking to people. I got tired of every time when I talk to somebody, either they don't have the attention span to listen what I got to damn say, or at the same time, I got to deal with being called a creep or a weirdo and all of this other shit. That's what you should do. There's no sense of beating yourself up about something that you cannot control because you can't control your family passing away. My condolences to your parents or your family, but it's time to move on. You know, my grandmother was 80 years old when she passed away. Nobody told me that she passed away. Nobody bothered to put in the effort to reach out to me to let me know that she passed away. They treated me like I wasn't even a part of the damn family. And my mother and my uncle treated me the same fucking way. Sometimes you got to cut them loose because if they really cared about you, if they really love you, they'll let you know something. Just like if my family really cared about me and they really wanted to know, they'll tell me that my grandmother passed away, 80 years old. Nobody told me she passed away. I've been sitting up. I'm like, how long ago since she passed away? Why y'all never tell me that she passed away? Why I'm just not finding out about this shit? Then my mother talking about, wow, they really treated you like you're not even that part of the family anymore. Well, you treated me the same way. Talking about your daughter as if like she's not even my fucking sister. You already treated me like I'm not a part of the family. I don't give a shit. She could favor her more than she do me. I really don't give a shit at this point. I'm just sick and tired of these families. I just wish that my mother would have gave me up for adoption. Maybe my life would have turned out differently. Maybe I would have, you know, been in a better position than I am now. Instead of dealing with this shit where, okay, I'm in a shitty situation because she wanted to control and use me to do what she wants me to do. Then brought me here to get me abandoned, trapped. My mother don't even call me up to say, hey son, how you doing? How are things going with you? Nothing. I can't even talk to her about shit. Every time I talk to her about stuff, you're not trying to drag me down. I don't really care. I done did what I can to help you. You're not gonna drag me to the grave. Really? I can't even get normal support from my own flesh and blood family that just abandoning me. Now I'm stuck with a bunch of damn folks I don't even know from a goddamn can of paint on the brink of being thrown out of the goddamn streets with some goddamn prejudiced folks. I didn't ask for this shit. But like I said, Hamburg Gala, family passed away. Stop beating yourself up about it. There's nothing you can do about it but move on. But just know this, the world does not care about you. The world does not give a shit about you. The world is not going to support you. You and yourself only is your only best friend that you can trust. You and yourself is your only safe zone. And I know that for an experience. Take it from somebody who's going through a lot of shit right now. Take it from somebody who's been abandoned by family and mistreated and treated like shit. Nobody calls me up to see how I'm doing. Nobody cares if I'm dead or alive. I don't know why the hell I'm still on planet Earth in the first damn place. I should have died of a seizure when I was a damn kid. That way I won't have to grow up and have to go through all of this shit. Wouldn't it be better if I just die and kill over? I think it would be. I'm tired of this life. There are many times that I put myself in situations. There are many times I needed people to talk to that I can't even find nobody to talk to. You ever feel like sometimes when you're going through something and you need somebody to talk to so fucking bad that nobody is there to talk to you about shit, and you're all alone? Take it from me. There is nothing that you can talk about other than marriage that I haven't been through, that I don't understand. And I know people who are watching are knowing know what I'm going through and can relate. I'm not the only person that's going through this shit, especially as a black man. I get treated like shit out here. I ain't got nobody that I can call up. I ain't got no damn friends that I can talk to and call up. You ever have friends that call you up, then all of a sudden they hang up on you, they get distracted, then you don't hear from them again. Then when some real shit happens and you really need somebody to talk to, and you just get this feeling like if I don't have somebody to talk to, I'm just gonna pop. That's why I talk to myself all the time. That's why I come on social media. It's the only place where I can actually cope with my fucking situations. Don't y'all get tired of going through this shit every damn day? And you never know if you're going through something until somebody reminds you of it. Don't have nobody that can call you up to see if you okay. Nobody cares about you in this world. Everybody will paint you like you're this person and they judge you because of your lifestyle, because you're going through something. So they think you're just going to be this person that's going to cause an argument. Or they because they don't understand your way of thinking, but and they expect you to have the same line of thinking that they do. You got people that don't want to understand you, to try to understand where you're coming from. They just want to sit on the phone and text, send pictures and text. You try to get them to, hey, let's talk on the phone. Well, I can't do this right now because I'm busy. Well, I can't do this right now because I got to go and do this and do that. Nobody has time for you. In this world, there's no such thing as friendship. It's only you and yourself. As a matter of fact, I made a t shirt on this topic. My life story, which is my logo. Myself understands me. Go check it out. Click the link down below and check it out. Click the link down below and check it out. Let's make sure I got this link up here. I gotta get off this live pretty soon because people are sleeping and I ain't trying to wake them up. But this is some shit I had to get off my damn chest. And in this world that we live in, it just feels like you're the only person that's going through shit, even though you're not. It's a damn shame. And it just feels like parents are just robbing you of your childhood by not at least giving you up for adoption for a better life. Because if they did, I don't think half of us would be in the situations that we're in. That's just my take on it. There's no such thing as friendship. There's no such thing as friendship in this world now. This is like another version of The Walking Dead, either killed or be killed. That's all there is to it. You can't trust what people say. You cannot trust what people do. You cannot trust what people they come off as nice and pleasant to be around. Don't trust that shit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna change this topic because somebody needed to hear this shit today. Hey, somebody needed to hear this today. I don't know what's going on, but somebody needed to hear this today. And whoever that needed to hear this today, I totally understand because I'm going through this shit my damn self. And I guess you can add another 2 more years on the homelessness and the bullshit I had to go through before coming up to this place. And I'm gonna tell you, people don't care about what you're doing. It's just ridiculous. I remember when I was a little boy. I remember when I was a little boy, another stranger that wasn't even my father, wasn't even related. My mother let this man beat the shit out of me while I was in elementary school. Told me if I didn't eat was he was forcing me, let all the students take their trays up and put it up. I had to go to the damn back and was told if I didn't eat this plate of food up by the time that long hand gets to the 12, he was gonna beat the shit out of me. That was a long time ago. I was a child back then. And my mother did not do shit about it. She sat up there and let him do whatever he wanted to do. Nobody came to my fucking rescue. Even my uncle beat the shit out of me. Punched Dragon Ball Z, punched me in the gut. I felt like I was gonna throw out everything I've eaten and my intestines. Chased me all over the damn neighborhood. But guess what? My mother didn't do shit, but sat there and watched him beat the shit out of me. Now that I'm up here in Alaska, now they got me stranded up here. Good because my mother sent me to places she want me to go. And when she was done with me, she let my uncle throw me out on the damn streets. So now both of them abandoning me. I know I'm 37 years old enough to take care of myself. But my thing is, if you got a son, if you got family, they're supposed to be supportive, right? Families ain't shit. And sometimes I look at this situation thinking, man, all of this is one bad dream that I could wish that I could wake up from. Telling you, this is some bullshit, especially once I look at it and how fucked up everything is. It's bullshit. I have to be talking to somebody today. What's going on? Uh, Total. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Arm Totally. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the likes. But somebody needed to hear this today. This is ridiculous. Especially when it comes to us black men. We gotta constantly keep moving here. We gotta go here. We gotta go there. There's never a place. It's like it feels like Cain. in the Bible. Like we're just living like wanderers. There's no place that we can go that we ain't dealing with more bullshit than we're dealing with right now. We have to move over here. We got to move over there. We got to do this. We got to do that. It's tough. It's crazy. Just remember. Now, I don't know if all families like this, but if you're dealing with a dysfunctional, abusive, crazy family like I have, they don't care if you're dead or alive. They don't care what you got going on. Cut them out of your life because they ain't worth your time. Especially if you got a sibling and she's favoring your sibling more than you and treating you a certain way because you're the oldest, cut them out of your life. I don't care how many times they talk to you and talk about, well, I never really wanted your sister in the first place. I just wanted you. Just look at her and know that that's bullshit. Because the only thing she's doing is saying that to make you feel better, buttering you up, telling you, trying to make it seem like she cares about you and not her. And you know it's bullshit. These families don't give a shit about their sons. They don't give a shit, especially when it comes to black men. They don't give a shit about us. They don't give a shit about men. They throw them out on the damn streets. You got to figure out what you gonna do. And some people should never have kids in the first damn place if they ain't gonna take care of them. And if they ain't gonna take care of them, what is wrong with giving them up for adoption so that they can have the life that you can't give them? Instead of raising that child and then have that child stranded asking strangers for help that they don't even know from a can of paint. And the worst case scenario about that is these strangers don't give a shit about trying to help nobody else but themselves. You already got people here nowadays that can't even talk to one another anymore. You approach somebody, you talk to them, even if it's a female, you're known as a creep. You're known as a stalker and everything else under the bridge. But this is it for this live stream. Hey there, Nico. I'm about to get off here because I got to get up in the evening, so I need to get some rest. Um, I probably I'm gonna go live again probably around Thursday on my way back because I'll be sleeping on the couch for I don't know for how long, but I'll be sleeping on the couch for the time being. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll be back with another live stream real soon. And also, you guys, if you guys want my merchandise, I made some shirts for this channel. Click the link below and you can access my store from there. If you guys want to donate to Cash App, I got Cash App. If you guys want to donate to GoFundMe or whatever to show your support, I greatly appreciate it. But anyway, I gotta go. And you guys have a nice day. I'll be back with another video real soon.